So you got some fancy new alerts, whether it's a custom set for your page or a set that you bought from like Nerd or Die or own.tv, but you don't know how to set them up. Hey, I'm Jonathan with Paul & Co Gaming, and we're going to show you how to get all of those set up in Stream Elements. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get into Stream Elements and go to the blank overlay. And what you do is you can set it either to your whatever resolution you're going to want it. I like 1080p just because you can shrink it if you're in 720 like my streams are. But also if you're at 1080, you're not stretching if you do it at 720p. So you start off at 1080p, and what you're going to do down here, this plus is all the widgets. So your alerts, your engagement, your labels, all that kind of stuff. What you want to do is go to alerts, go to alert box. And I like to position it right in the center. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your fan alert. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change this video to one of the alerts that I use for my stream. So one that I use, like the share alert. We have it on here. You can preview it here. You can see it moving. And then one thing you can do in here is you can actually emulate it to look at what your alert looks like. So if you're looking at it, you can see you'll normally have audio. I have it muted because when you do it in both OBS and in Stream Elements, you'll get double audio. So you don't want to do that. So what you want to do is you want to have the text over the image, unless you want it underneath. I like to have my text over whatever the alert is. So you do that, and you saw it was before, it was right underneath. Now when I hit it, you're not going to see any, you're just going to see the alert, and that's it. So for that, you have to go to text settings, go to advanced. And all you're going to do is you're going to mess with this top button. So the more you hit it, so I normally hit it about 4 or 5 times, and then you just bring this number. The higher the number, the lower it's going to be on here. So depending on where you want it, like I have mine, I want to say it's right underneath the beard of my logo. So you just keep lowering it all the way down till it's exactly where you want it. So like I like it right here. That's all I have to do. If you want it to be a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, you just adjust these numbers. So now you want to name it. So I'm going to name it Alert Box. And then hit save. That's all you have to do. Now you'll do this with every single alert. Like when you go into the settings, you'll see fan alert, video like, follower, supporter, share, stars, tips, and purchase for merch. We're just going to kind of go over one alert, and then you can kind of play around with how you want it to look. Now from here, you just go to copy overlay URL, because this is going to be a browser source in your OBS window. Now in your OBS window, you're going to create a new scene. So I'm going to remove this, and we're going to go to browser. So you hit the little plus, go to browser source. We're going to call it Alert Box. And then it brings up this little OBS thing that says you've added a browser source. So you just put that link that we just copied, and then we had it set to 1920 by 1080. And then you don't mess with any other settings, just hit OK. Now you'll see this is a lot bigger than the screen that you have. So one thing you can do is you right click and just go down to transform and then do fit to screen. And one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to stretch it to the screen. Now with this, the ratio is the same from 720p as 1080p, but if you're using something that you just want to fit the whole width or the whole height of the screen, you don't want to do stretch to screen because it will stretch and warp your images. So do fit to screen, and you'll see it's all normal. So now next thing you want to do is going to be, you're going to be going back into Stream Elements, and we're going to test out this alert. Okay, so now we've set it up in Stream Elements, we've set it up in OBS. Now we're going to see if it works. So one thing you want to do, you go to this emulate tab that we were messing with earlier. You want to make sure this preview live on stream is checked. If you don't, nothing will happen in your OBS. So when you go, we were doing the fan event. So you click the fan event, and then, so you're looking at, so here's the alert. It's showing up on here. Everything looks good. It's all doing it. Feel good, man. Like the page. Everything's great. Now, if you don't like where it is, there are two different things you can do. You can go in Stream Elements and move it around. And this is why I said use a different scene. Because when you do that, you can go like that, and then you can actually click in your OBS and move it around. So because it's its own scene. Now, there are a couple other options that you can do when it comes to making them. Like I said, you can put it in the actual scene or the overlay that you want for your alerts to show on. I'm showing you how to do it as its own thing. But yeah, that's going to be how you do the alerts. So now your alerts are all set up in your OBS. They look amazing, they sound amazing, and they're so pretty. I hope this video helped you guys out a little bit. Be sure to comment in the comments below if any other topics you want me to go over. I do stream 4 to 5 times a week. I normally post it at the beginning of the week on what days and times. I'm normally in the mornings from 7 to 11 Central. But feel free to come in there, pop in there, ask me questions. I'm normally playing World of Warcraft, but I do a lot of chatting with the chat. But yeah, until our next video, keep spreading the love.